Hi. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't have my dice. 1 second. Yeah. So apologies for the noise. It's the stampede. And apologies for the delay. You know, I have a lot of things going on in my life here right now. I've had a lot of changes happen. And I've been traveling a lot. And it's a stampede. So it's really noisy. And of course, it's also the second Friday of the stampede. So outside the street is really noisy. And I have some people that are down below in the balcony below that are really loud. They're really young. They're really excited about stuff, you can tell. So I've closed the balcony doors. I've closed the double doors to the balcony because they're double paned. And we'll get going. What are we doing here? Oh, Gemini, good. I didn't even have to look because I know that I haven't done Gemini. Here we go, Gemini. It's your turn for your July general read. Please check the description box for everything you need to know. Please also check out your rising moon and Venus sign for additional messages. And of course, it might not resonate. I don't charge for personal readings. I don't offer personal readings. And we're going to go with this one because I've used only 2 decks with being away at my parents' place and the return of magnetic poetry, of course, because I'm back at my table doing my readings. I did not channel before I started doing stuff. I've been putting off doing stuff because I've had a lot of things to do. I'm moving again. I'm moving cities because of some changes that have happened with me with some organizational shifts. So it's actually a massive shift for me. You might be going through some massive changes in your life to do with work. Not necessarily an ending with work, but, you know, something that has to do with change in and of itself. Just a change with what you're doing, a change with responsibilities, a change with shifts. I'm actually getting over here, if you didn't know, I don't think I said so first, clairsentient, claircognizant, clairaudient. If you hear things, if I hear ringing on my right side, it'll mean that I'm getting messages from people who I know who have passed on. If I hear shit on my left side, it's going to be people that, well, not people, my spirit guides. Anyway, yeah, I'm hearing over here schedule change in particular for you. I'm going to be keeping my readings rather short. I'm not going to be clarifying. We're going to do past, present, future spread for you. I will, however, be trying to read dignities. The light is rather bright because it's nighttime. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to get this a little lower. There we go. That's better. That's a little bit more palatable for me. Let's go. Somebody's excited. They're saying, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. All right. Twist for fairness. We are using the antique Rider-Waite. I think this is the antique Rider-Waite. It's a pain in the ass to shuffle because I got the plastic version. And also it's very sizable in comparison to my hands. So it's very difficult to shuffle. I'm shuffling once more for some reason. Anyway, let's get going. In the past for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What do we got? Gemini. Oh, Star in the reverse. Hopes dashed. In the past, there were some hopes, faith, dreams of some sort distant, often the distant future that in the recent past for you seem to not be coming to fruition as you had hoped they would. Aquarian energy on that. What else, Gemini? It's Aquarius in the reverse though, so it could be an Aquarius walking away from you. I'm getting over here. What else, Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ooh, 2 flippers. Okay, so yeah, justice, so equilibrium, balance, Libra energy on this. So the scales shifting for you. So something coming into balance. It's almost like something was off kilter, and because something was off kilter, it was coming into focus. It needed to come into focus. It was a necessary evil I'm getting over here for you. It will ultimately lead to some emotional, it will have ultimately led to some emotional fulfillment for you. You're recognizing this. X will mark the place. Compelled to say here. 10 of Cups energy, that is happy home life. So while it may be that Aquarian energy might figure strongly in your chart, Libra energy might figure strongly in your chart, it could very well be that you're saying goodbye to an Aquarian or somebody who has Aquarius in your chart, and that equilibrium was off. And so through the equilibrium being, you know, reevaluated there, that you actually in the recent past found yourself rebalancing and to realize a 10 of Cups energy of a happy home life, whether or not that involves another person or it's putting you on the trajectory towards the proper appropriate energy for emotional harmony with a Libra, not with an Aquarius. I'm seeing. What else? Sorry, I've got allergies too. Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a noisy one. Like I said, it's nuts out there. I've never lived in Calgary during the Stampede. I've only stayed in Calgary during the Stampede, and it was probably about 20 years ago when I worked here for one. And so I've not encountered this before. Got a flipper. So self-love. So what is it here? It's like, okay, I got it now. So the reason that this was the problem. This was the crux of the issue for you. You, Gemini, may have been sacrificing self-love rather, in order to try and harmonize with somebody and reach a 10 of Cups goal. And that's being balanced out for you because now we have this 9 of Cups in reverse. So in the recent past, you were looking to have harmony with somebody, probably an Aquarius, because this Aquarian card is in reverse. There's no hope for this. This is no hope, or faith is lost. There was lost faith in something. The equilibrium is off, and the equilibrium, there's a rebalancing happening with that Justice card, or you're seeing justice in something. But it's like this. It's like you got here where you've got this 10 of Cups energy that you're trying to realize in the recent past, but it's at the expense of your self-love, at the expense of wishes, personal wishes that you held dear to yourself. So what we're seeing here is we're seeing the sacrificial lamb being you in order to achieve a goal with somebody else. So in comes justice to, you know, fix that shit, do you know? And sometimes that happens. The universe has a way of doing that, right? What else? Jesus, we got a flipper and we got one that fell on the table. Okay, so you're impatient though. You're impatient. You're not willing to wait for things in the recent past. It's almost like an energy of you've waited it's so long. You've waited thus far so long is what I was going to say. And so you're sick and tired of waiting. You're sick and tired of delay. You're sick and tired of being this guy surveying the land with the globe in his hand, the world in his hands. Yeah? I feel like I've got a male energy I'm reading for today, which is interesting. And especially considering that we have the sun. I very rarely do this. Libra. Oh, whoa. Yeah, you're dealing with... Did you see what I just did there? This is Aquarius in the reverse. I wasn't meaning to do that. I was actually meaning to show your symbol. You're dealing with an Aquarius who is off kilter or is not feeling the connection with you. But look at here. What I was really trying to illustrate for you is, look. Do you notice? Do you see something here? This is your symbol, Gems. you were surveying the land. You were trying to hold off. You were trying to exercise patience with something. You grew impatient in the recent past. You got sick and tired of waiting for somebody. And so you decided to turn towards attention at your work. You turned your attention towards something that you could build stability in, something that you could master. This is apprenticeship energy. Okay? Moving forward into the present, what do we have? And we will read the dignities and the verticals. We'll do that. We'll do that for you. What else? By the way, I'm also going to be doing cooking videos, and I turned my channel URL to 80ologies, so I could do that because, like, I like cooking, and I'm going to do that, so you know. But anyway, what else? You might have thought that you lost out on somebody because you lacked skill in another area of life. There was competition energy. Sorry, I'm just getting that right now over here. You lost out. You feel that you lost out on something because somebody else had one over on you. Like you lacked something that somebody else had. Somebody else had something that you did not, and so you lost out. I don't know why I'm getting that. We got cups up here. So you're trying to work on it. That's what it is. You're trying to work on it. We'll see. We'll hash it out. But this is what I'm getting here. You're trying to work on it. You're trying to learn the skill. You got impatient, so you tried to learn the skill to try and compete. You can't compete. You can't compete, though. And I think that's the realization that you're coming to. Okay, so stability in the home is what your focus is right now. This was something that you wanted in the past. That was one of your hopes. That was what you were focused on, was gaining stability in your home space. The Four of Wands is the four posts of the marriage bed. However, it's also the four walls of a home, the stability of the structure of the home. The universe came in and intervened on your behalf to try to deliver this to you. It wasn't going to happen by focusing. Sorry, you're going to hear a lot of loud booms because around 11 something at night, the nightly fireworks for the Stampede also go off. You won't see them though. You might see the reflection in that building over there because I'm north facing, not south facing. So I don't actually get to see the fireworks. But anyway, yeah, you didn't actually get to see the fireworks. So you're focusing now on building stability for yourself. Your hopes were that you were going to build this with somebody else. Yeah, you thought it was going to be an Aquarian and it wasn't. So the universe intervened on your behalf to remove that. Or at least to show you the truth. And if you're still embroiled in that, I think that it's time for you to see the truth of where the equilibrium is off. You can't balance with this individual. What was I saying? You can't balance with this individual. We have Libra and Libra in the vertical here. We have the Justice card, and then we have the Justice Queen. Really. She's saying, come forth. What have you done? What have you to show for your efforts? Yeah. Effort equals interest, I'm hearing. Effort equals interest, and the equilibrium is off. There was no effort to equate to the interest. Somebody might have had words that did not match their actions. And so while you were focused on trying to come up with that stability within your home space, and while you are in the present trying to come up with that stability in your home space, no dice with this individual. I'm seeing an individual here in particular. Somebody with Libra and Aquarius in their chart, or somebody with Libra heavily in their chart. I'm also seeing the Aquarian though, because I accidentally had that there with that, with our, I wanted to say with our stone. And then with the card. Might you have been expecting that somebody was going to put a ring on it? And that never happened? Or you realized that they had intentions towards another person, or they were very, very intent on offering a stone to somebody else. I'm getting that over here. They were intent on offering a stone to someone, and you could feel it, you could see it, you could hear it, you saw something. You saw something. Because in the present we have justice. Come forth, I know. I know, I know, I know. So it's almost like you can tell the dishonesty is there. The dishonesty is present. You know that the stone is... interestingly enough, I lost a stone in my onyx ring today. I just got this like 2 weeks ago, and I lost a stone in the star. You lost the stone from the star to somebody else. Huh. Okay, let's go, Gemini. Because you lacked the skill. You lacked the skill, but you lacked the stability. You couldn't offer the same stability. The lack of balance. The universe is trying to bring balance. Ooh. You gain perspective on it. We had something that wanted to jump there that said that. Okay, what else, Gems? What else, Gemini? In the present, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Time is 11:18, so we have 2, 3, 11. Transformation, great transformation for you. At this time. You keep on, there's something about you, Gemini. You keep on, I have 3 cards that have come down face down. You keep on trying to make veiled comments of subtext towards this person, I think. You think that if you do so, that if you make veiled comments, that they'll catch the subtext and that it'll appeal to their sense and that it'll catch them and it'll like snare them into this. That's not the way it should work. This is why there's universal intervention twice, for the balance. And I'm not an asshole here. I don't want you to be mad at me. But it feels like there's duplicitousness here. It's like you're trying to say something without saying something to try and trap somebody into believing that you're the right choice. But if you were the right choice, then they'd be there now. And you wouldn't have to make little veiled comments and post certain things. The posts. You're working hard. You're working hard on the posts. There's something about that there. It's almost like you feel like if you do all of this shit, like it's going to make some difference. It was never going to make a difference. Hi, asshole Ashley here, who's going to be a jerk and say that kind of stuff. And I don't know why, but I'm doing that right now. There's no wish fulfillment. The universe has intervened twice, in the past and in the present. saying no. There's no balance here. There is not equal give and take here. You're not learning your lesson. And justice is cold, hard, and swift. It is the sword of truth cutting through. Your wish fulfillment is not happening. We have it in the Star reversed, and we have it in the Nine of Cups reversed. It's not with this person. What do we have? Face down. 3 cards. Yeah. Fucking Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights, anxiety, worry, nightmares, the grief bed. Normally I call it the sick bed. It's the grief bed here. This person is crying and up at night over what they believe to be their 10 of Cups. But it's really the balance, the justice, and the 9 of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords right beside it. They thought that you thought that you could get this person, you could win them over with something, and it wasn't going to happen. Tell me more. Fucking balance again. Did you think that they were a charity case, or that you were donating something, or that you could feed the hungry, and if you fed the hungry, then it was going to matter? Yeah. This person might be breadcrumbing you. This person is appeasing you because you make them feel bad. You make them feel bad. You're using guilt. You're using guilt. Or they're using guilt. I feel like it's you using guilt, though. I'm very centered on that. Because of the subtext and the things that you're saying to them. There's something here about, sorry, I'm getting it over here right now. There's something about buying affection. You found something that they needed in the present here. And it's like if you give them, it's like you know there's something they need. And if you can continue to feed the hungry will always come back. I don't think you realize that they're not hungry. They're not hungry like you think they are. We have that 9 of Cups above it in the reverse. You're not exercising self-love. People who love themselves know when it's no longer, when it's desperation. When it's desperation as opposed to, I love myself, therefore I can love you. Understand? Yeah. Check that shit out. Knight of Cups in the reverse. This person is not coming towards you with romanticism. You're growing impatient in the past. They're not coming towards you with romanticism. They're not interested. And you are toiling with this 8 of Pentacles in the past here that I'm reading. I'm reading vertical at the same time here. I'm pulling through the energy at the same time. You feel there's a way that you can rebalance this, that you can somehow bring it to the forefront, that you feel like self-sacrifice is going to demonstrate some sort of deep emotional connection with this person, or that if you, again, I'm getting the posts. I'm getting that over and over and over again. It's like if you, I don't know why I'm getting it in the literal sense of the word, like direct translation of the word post, but I'm actually getting that here. You fucking think that if you post enough, that they're going to recognize and they're going to hear what you have to say. I don't think that's actually what's happening here. They're not coming for you, and they're not feeling romantic feelings towards you, but you feel like if you post enough that the equilibrium will shift. It's not going to shift. You're not exercising self-love. It's looking desperate. Anxious worries, sleepless nights. You need to bring yourself into balance and recognize that this is not for you. Doesn't matter how much work you put into it. Oh, I'm so sorry. I feel like a dick. I feel like a dick reading this right now. But it's the cards. I'll show you them afterwards. 25 minutes in. I got 10 minutes left and we got 7 cards to read. Let's go. Just saw the Tower. This might have been shocking to you, but it also might not have come as any surprise to anybody else in your surroundings. Like, it might have been like everybody else was kind of looking at this from another lens, going, I don't know why they're bothering or why you're bothering. You know? I feel like the equilibrium is off. I don't want to say, oh, I don't know why they're bothering with you or why you're bothering with them. I just feel like people around you and your perspective, because I'm kind of like feeling this message. I'm feeling like people in your vicinity can see the equilibrium in between you is off. You're a mismatch. That's why we have the 6 of Pentacles, the Justice card, and the Queen of Swords here. People can see that you're not equal. Like, one of these things is not like the others, you know? Okay, we have 3, 2 going down here. They're landing face down. Yeah, okay, so it's time for you to exercise gratitude for the lesson itself. You're recognizing what remains. You're recognizing the 2 cups that have not spilt over. So that is something good that has come of this. I see. This is how you work on them? I don't know why I'm getting this energy that there's a manipulative energy on this. I don't know whether it's them or it's you. I don't want to be accusatory here. And it's very difficult when that happens, and I'm probably not going to gain a bunch of brownie points with you, gems. But what I have here is I have the Pentacles, the 8 of Pentacles in the past, directly above the 5 of Cups in the reverse. And then the Knight of Cups in the reverse beside it. And did you work on them? You found that they were in a spot where they were mourning 3 cups that had spilt over, and it was something that you could work on. It almost seems like manipulative energy. Either them or you, one of the 2 of you, was manipulating the situation. There was no romanticism here, and there is none. But somebody is taking advantage of the situation and knows for certain that somebody is mourning the loss of 3 pentacles. 3 pentacles? I wasn't trying to say 3 pentacles, could be 3 pentacles. But, and 3 pentacles is Capricorn, but 3 pentacles, no, it's 3 cups. Somebody's mourning the loss of 3 cups that spilt over. Something that was joyous, something that was lovely, something that was love, something that was emotionally fulfilling, something that was celebratory in nature, something that was happy, and something that had a sense of profundity to it, of an emotional sense. Somebody is manipulating that situation in the present, or somebody wants to, and is trying to chip away at somebody for that loss, trying to take advantage of the fact that somebody has that feeling of loss. One of 2 people in this dynamic, one of the 2 of you. You work on that person. Like, I'm actually hearing, oh, well, you know, they're already gone. Or, oh, you're never going to get them back. Or, oh, you know, you might as well not even bother. I'm all you're left with now. Like, I'm actually hearing that. They're not having it, though. This Knight is riding away. There's a loss of patience here. You might have said something during this one of the conversations where you said something to that effect that drove this person to lose their patience with you. Or like I said, vice versa, right? Like it doesn't necessarily have to be you. You could be the other person. But I'm seeing manipulative energy here. Somebody's working on somebody else who's trying to exercise gratitude for the 2 cups that are still intact. They're trying to recognize what they still have that remains, and somebody else is working on them, chipping away at them. Trying to go, well, you know, don't even bother. The poeticism falls on deaf ears from these posts to the posts. I don't know why I'm getting all that. In the future. Yeah. You might have Capricorn in your chart. Or there's a Capricorn involved. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. In the future, there's a caution here. Normally I don't get this with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, but I am. Especially in direct line with the 4 of Wands. And then with our Queen of Swords. Attempting to gain equilibrium with this. You're going to throw yourself even further out of a sense of comfort in your home space. It would not be wise to attempt to throw somebody else off who is sitting in a comfort in their home space, or in their sovereignty in their home space, or attempting to achieve comfort in their own personal space. The Queen of Pentacles presides over the home space. They are, if nothing else, the domestic goddess. And the queen of this castle. Attempting to knock off their equilibrium is not going to bode well for you. But I think the biggest thing inherent here in the future is a warning, especially with our Justice, our Queen of Swords, is that you could further knock off your own equilibrium within your own home space by attempting to manipulate the situation. The sovereignty of your own personal space is at threat if you don't balance. It's also an invitation for you to come out of Queen of Pentacles in the reverse energy, to turn it up by observing in the future where you can surround yourself with what creates comfort for you, and therefore for those within the 4 walls of your home, and to focus on those within the 4 walls of your home. You could also be dealing with somebody with Capricorn in their chart. You could have somebody around you with Capricorn in your chart, or you could have Capricorn in your chart. There's a caution here not to threaten the 4 walls of somebody with Capricorn in their chart also, lest that sword strike you. Yeah. If you have Capricorn in your chart, in the future, we see here that if you do not achieve balance, lack of legacy could be moving for you. This is not the time to observe imbalance. There's anxiety here. It's important for you to examine where the proper path towards legacy is for you and what your legacy is, or what you want your legacy to be. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse together beneath these cards suggests that a lack of equilibrium within the home and your present, and anxiety and sleepless nights and worry and negative energy will invite a lack of success. In the future, you're being urged to exercise ultimate in self-care and the ultimate in balance within your home space. To preside over your home space with the ultimate in that in mind. What else? Yeah, too. Somebody is not communicating. You're worried that somebody is not communicating. You're being kept up at night because somebody is not communicating something of an emotional sense. Page of Cups in the reverse. It's throwing you off kilter. You were expecting payback of a monetary sense, and you felt like that was going to be validation of an emotional sense. You were also expecting a gift of some sort. It's not happening. Either you or them. In the present, it causes you worry and grief and anxiety. In the future, you're actually going to realize those worries, grief, and anxiety. I don't necessarily know that you entered this with the greatest of intentions now. Seeing this present line and then this. Did you feel like, it's almost like your emotions and your mental energy is connected to a monetary goal? Like you feel like if I'm hearing it now. I was waiting for a song to come through and I'm surprised that one didn't. She's in it for the money. The love don't cost a thing. You build your heart a diamond, but it don't need no ring. Gets me lying sideways, but every time I sing it, she's in it for the money. The love don't cost a thing. That's by Matt Good. That Six of Pentacles there. You gave somebody something and you felt you get something in return. And if you got something in return, it would be not just payback in a monetary sense, but it would also be validation of an emotional sense. You've not been left out in the cold. This is a lesson in balance. It really is. There's Libra energy all over this. I thought it was Aquarian energy. It might be both. We got Capricorn here. Capricorn, Libra, Aquarius. Also some Cancerian energy. You realize though in the future though that you're not actually left out in the cold, which is good. That you have all options to warm yourself. That you don't need another individual to do so for you. That all the warm fuzzies that somebody else could have brought you, that was capable of bringing you with their lovely poetic noble words and actions and the altruism of that Knight of Cups, it's not happening in the present. And even more so, even small communications with the Page of Cups in the reverse here, those communications aren't happening in the future. So you're bringing yourself in from the cold with that Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And that is eventually how you will give yourself equilibrium. Regain that equilibrium for yourself. Again, I mean, it could be the other way around. It could be somebody else instead of you. Final cards. We have 2 cards left on the board for you. Will they be Gemini? Shit. Like, I was hoping this would be a far more yay reading, but you know. Well, okay. Well, we got 3 for you. I tried to hold on to them. They slipped anyway. Fucking self-deception. You're realizing the self-deception. You're realizing it just had to fall out right below the Knight of Cups in the reverse, didn't it? You're realizing where you were deceiving yourself, where you heard what you wanted to hear. The action was never there. You were swept up in romanticism that didn't exist. Self-deception. So you're bringing yourself out of the cold because there was self-deception. It's not somebody else deceived you. You were deceiving yourself. This is a realization that comes about in the future. You have 3 5s in the present and in the future. Change and chaotic coming into order as soon as it reaches a 6. Because that's balance and equilibrium, right? Yeah, so you spring into passionate action moving forward. What do you spring into passionate action towards? Towards the realization of the self-deception, in fact. The Knight is moving towards the 5 of Swords. Passionate action towards the self-deception. You're trying to do something about it, passionately trying to heal it, passionately trying to take action towards the realization itself. I almost feel like it's overcompensation, though. There's a warning here. And the warning is, don't take passionate action towards something else, believing that it is going to be your 6 of Cups, which is normally wish fulfillment, soul bond energy, people tend to call it. Something that, bears nostalgia. Something from childhood, from the past, rekindling old relationships from the past, simply because we want to overcompensate for the fact that we deceived ourselves in a previous connection. And we want to bring things into equilibrium, bring ourselves out of the cold, to warm ourselves by a nice toasty fire. Be careful of that. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Aries, Leo energy. I always read this as. I don't like to read it as the third party. Either you or somebody else attempted to be the interloper. Monkey business. fuck, I don't like doing these kinds of readings. And the reason I don't like doing these kinds of readings is because we're at 45 minutes. You're the longest reading I've done this month. And I'm not going to clarify. And I'm not really liking the message I'm getting here, but I'm not going to scrap it at 45 minutes. I'll tell you, Queen of Wands in the reverse, I normally would see this as a very pissed off Leo, Aries, or somebody who has Aries or Leo in their chart. But in this particular context, especially given what we've got out here, I feel, and I do read intuitively, I feel like this is actually where you tried to interject into a situation, and you may initially have done so without knowing it, especially given your past line. But at a certain point you came into the awareness that there was already a firm foundation established in between somebody and somebody else. But you tried to drive a wedge in between them. You tried to be that third party. I don't normally read Queen of Wands as third party energy like other people do, but I'm getting it here. And you tried to do that. You weren't successful. And that's where the manipulation comes. That's where duplicitous energy comes. That's where, but then you ended up not winning out. Or somebody else was that in this scenario. And you were one of the players in the theater, if you will. Anyway, magnetic poetry. Let's do it. Fuck, man. Well, I'm sorry. I call it like it is. And to be honest with you, I almost feel like I'm feigning disappointment, because I do. I call it like it is. It's just, I read these cards, and if it hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. But, you know, Gemini, you've had some awesome readings in the past. This one just ends up not being so great. I'm sorry. You know? Let's see what you get for messages, though. Hopefully you got something that'll give you some solace. What I want you to do, though, is I want you to bring yourself out of the cold, bring yourself into balance, and focus on yourself. Because when you focus on yourself, that is where you always win. Okay? You get other people's energy mixed up in there. That's where it becomes complicated and messy. And in this particular situation, it's hella messy. We got some short words today. I'm not going to put them in order of some sentence of some sort. Okay, well, that's what we've got. A whole bunch of nothing. Sorry. Dare I say it, there I said it. I'm sorry. This was like pretty hardcore. Pretty hardcore. But you know what? We'll do another read fairly soon for you, and I hope everything works out. I know it will. It always does. Just trust in yourself. Put your energy towards yourself. And I think the main message here is equilibrium. Achieve the equilibrium for yourself. That's got to be your goal. The message comes out here 3 times for you. Okay? Anyway, I hope that you're doing okay, especially considering all of this, and we'll see you next time. All right. Bye. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I want to pan out so you can see it all. Like, ouch. Ouch. And you know, I mean, I'm sure there are other readers out there who are probably going to think, yeah, right, whatever. But I've been doing this since I was 15 and I'm 38. So if I say, ugh, well, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but whatever. Okay, bye.